right, I think we are live. Well, nope, we've got a little spinning blue circle. All right, now we're live.
Good morning, everybody.
Buenos dias. Buen dia. Good morning, good morning. Anybody checks in, just give us a thumbs up that we are actually being heard and seen horizontally. Not set commentators. There's got to be somebody in here. No.
Give it a second.
We still got a couple of minutes and it just went live. So if anybody comes in, you can give us a thumbs up. Laurie's here.
Hey, Lori.
Can you hear us okay? See us okay? Millie.
Millie.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
We have the two sisters.
We got the sister act. Sister act. Jay. How you doing? Good, good, good. Awesome. We'll get started in just a minute or two. It took me just a second to get set up properly, so we'll give people a chance to get set in. Lola is primping, and she is getting ready for her on-camera appearances.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you, and you're oriented correctly.
Perfect.
Excellent. I've always been worried about my orientation. So we'll just get started in a minute. We're going to start lying down on our backs. So those of you who are here, if you want to get yourself in position, it's going to be a very easy class today. It's been a rough week.
What?
Well, it's been a rough week. I had to work. We'll get started in just a minute or two. It is 9:30, but I'm going to give people just another minute because I got it started so late. So make yourself comfortable on your back. Today's charity is Sheridan House. Sheridan House. Oh, hi, Kathy. Sheridan House is a local church group that supports women and men and families through counseling, through food drives, through multiple different ways. So it's a really good charity. It was suggested to me by one of our patients at Back to Health. She knows the people personally and says it's a great place. So I did a little research. They seem to do good work. So if you have the ability to make a donation, there should be a donation page at the bottom. If you don't, just accept the class from us for free as our gift. We'll start in just one more minute. Lola has something to say. Ruff, ruff. There you go.
Attack! Attack!
Attack! It's Lola getting very excited. She almost fully barked. All right.
Attack! Attack with kisses. Attack with kisses.
Oh. So we'll get started by lying down onto your back. Flat onto your back. Let's start with our knees bent and our feet flat. Just start to get the awareness of your breath. We'll go over a little bit of housekeeping just because we haven't done this in a while, but in yoga, the ideal way to breathe is in through your nose, deeply into the bottom of your lungs, and exhale slowly, either through your nose or your mouth, whatever feels right for you. Now, if you can't breathe through your nose because it's stuffed up or anything else, allergies, just breathe through your mouth. Find the place where you can bring your awareness to your breath, not necessarily the right way to do it. Breathing into the bottom of your lungs, expanding your rib cage with the inhale, helps to calm your central nervous system. It relaxes the central nervous system, which then in turn allows the muscles to relax. So take one more deep breath. Really feel that breath as it enters through your nose to the bottom of your lungs. And as you exhale, let that air just drizzle out of you. Feel your body relaxing just 10% more. It helps to have doggy licks. Oh, yes, it does. So let's straighten out your right leg all the way down to the floor. We'll keep your left knee bent. So start by activating that right leg. Pull the toes back, reach that heel forward. Just feel that beginning of a stretch in the back of your calf. We're going to take a deep inhale. Let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. And then reach back with your fingertips. Reach forward with the heel of your foot and feel that lengthening along the back of your body. As you exhale, let your arms slowly float back down and by your side. Take the full length of your exhale to get your arms back down and by your side. Inhale, the arms float up to the sky. The belly fills with air. Exhale, let the arms fall to the floor behind you. Reach back with the fingertips. Reach forward with the heel. Exhale, let your arms float back down and by your side. Taking the full length of your exhale to get them there. So slow it down. Lola's got her toy. She's just adding awareness. One more time, follow your breath. Inhaling your arms up to the sky. Exhaling your arms to the floor behind you. Reach back with your fingertips. Reach forward with the heel. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, let your right leg rise up towards the sky. Let your hands come down to hold behind your right thigh. Let's point your toes to the ceiling and slowly start to circle your ankle around. Today's class is going to be very gentle, just a time to reset. So just bring awareness to each movement, bring your breath to each movement. Let's change the direction of your circles. Slow them down just a little bit so that you're inhaling up one side of the circle with your foot and exhaling down the opposite side. And breathe. We're going to point your toe towards the ceiling and then use your hands to circle the entire leg around the ceiling. Slowly moving, bringing your awareness to what that feels like in your hip. Inhale up one side of the circle. Exhale down the opposite side of the circle. One more full circle. And then change directions. See if you can match the speed of your circle to the depth of your breath. One more full circle. Then bring your leg back to the center. Pull the toes down, reach the heel up. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, straighten your left leg all the way down to the ground. So make that left leg active, the toes pulled back, the heel reaching forward. Check in with your shoulders that they've stayed relaxed, that your jaw has stayed relaxed. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, pull your right knee into your chest. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Breathe so that your belly expands and presses gently into that right thigh. As you exhale, straighten that right leg back to the ceiling. Pull the toes down, reach the heel up. With an exhale, pull it back into your chest. Inhale deeply here. With an exhale, straighten it one more time. So you have an option here. You can either stay here just gently stretching your hamstring, or with your exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your calf. Squeeze that leg really tight so that you see your right leg straight. Push down into the back of your left knee to anchor your pose. And if you'd like, see if you can raise your hands up a little bit higher. No struggles and no strains. And then slowly lower your head and shoulders. Bend that right knee and gently pull it into your chest. So we're going to leave your right hand out to the side. So drop your right arm out to the side like half of the letter T. Your left hand will hold on to your right knee. And as you exhale, you slowly draw your right knee across your body towards the left. You can turn your head to look at your right arm if it doesn't bother your neck. And wherever you are, close your eyes for a moment and find an area that feels tight or restricted. Breathe into that area as if you were expanding it with your breath. And with an exhale, slowly release, allowing yourself to take slightly deeper stretch. So you have options. You can stay right here as you are, breathing into the depth of your lungs, or You can grab the big toe of your right foot with the first two fingers of your left hand or with a strap and straighten that leg all the way out. If you got that leg straight, make sure that you don't have any tingling or numbness. Breathe. Feel your stretch. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. If you've straightened that leg, go ahead and bend it. We're going to roll onto your back, but you're going to keep your right foot just rested on the outside of your left knee. So once your back is flat, your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent with the foot on the outside of your left knee. And then gently let your right knee drop down towards the floor. You're in a figure 4 position here. If that feels like pain in your hip or your knee on the right, just take your foot and put it below your left knee. Find an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease, where you can release any struggle, any strain. Breathe. As you take your next deep inhale, your belly fills with air. Let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling. As you empty your lungs, let your arms fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale to your belly, reach back with your fingertips. Reach forward with that left heel. As you exhale, bring your left knee and your right ankle in towards your chest. Let your arms float down to hold underneath of your left knee, behind your left thigh. Feel that even deeper stretch in that right hip. Shoulders relax, jaw relax, and breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. With an exhale, straighten your left leg up to the sky, pull the toes down, reach the heel gently up. If that feels like tingling, numbness, back off a little bit. If it feels like struggle or strain, back off a little bit. Find an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease. And breathe. Stay right here, or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your left calf. No struggles and no strains. Pull the toes down of that left foot. Reach that left heel up and feel that stretch. And then slowly release your head and shoulders back to the ground. Bend your left knee. Let your left foot come to the floor. Your right ankle still resting right there on top of the left knee. And then gently let your right leg just cross over your left. Just slide down over it as if you were sitting in a cross-legged position. Take your arms out to the sides like the letter T. And with your exhale, let both knees drop over towards your right. So you're using the weight of your right leg to gently draw your left knee across to the right. No pinching, no pain, no struggle, no strain. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I haven't used that one in a while. Close your eyes here and breathe into that space between the bottom of your left rib cage and the top of your left hip. See if you can breathe into that area and feel the expansion. As you exhale, see if you can release just 10% of the tightness, of the restriction, or the effort. Don't try to let everything release at one time. Be purposeful. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly bring your back to flat. Uncross your legs, both feet flat, both knees bent. And then we'll straighten your left leg all the way to the ground. We're going to do the same series on the opposite side. So you can bring your arms in by your side. Start by activating that left leg, the toes pulled back, the heel reaching forward, feeling that gentle anchor. It's like an anchor to the stretch. When you pull your toes back, that fascia, that muscle, gets tightened up there. So as you inhale, your arms float up to the ceiling, your belly fills with air. As you empty your lungs, you let your arms fall to the floor behind you.
you should feel even more of a stretch. It's a very subtle stretch. That's how we bring awareness to our bodies. As you inhale, reach your fingertips back. Reach that left heel forward. As you exhale, empty your lungs, bringing your arms back down and by your side through the full length of that exhale. When your fingertips touch the floor, just reverse the direction. Follow your own breath. Inhaling your arms to the ceiling, filling your lungs from the bottom. Exhale, emptying your lungs, letting your arms fall to the floor behind you. Breathe. Reach back with an inhale. With an exhale, following your arms back down to the ground. One more time, follow your breath. Inhale your arms up. Exhale them to the floor behind you. And then we're going to leave them right there on the floor behind you. Take a deep inhale here. Fill your belly with air. As you exhale, let your left leg draw up towards the sky. Bring your hands down to hold behind your left thigh. Point your toes towards the ceiling, and then just slowly start to circle that left ankle, as if you were drawing a small circle on the ceiling. One more full circle connected to your breath, so slow it down, and then reverse the direction. Just feel that joint. One more full circle. And then point your toes towards the ceiling. Begin to use your arms to move the entire leg in a large circle, connected to your breath. See if you can make sure that leg stays straight, inhaling it up one side of the circle, exhaling it down the opposite side of the circle. Feel that hip, feel the motion. One more full circle, and then reverse direction. Taking that leg in the opposite circle, but keep it connected to the breath. The word yoga means the yoking together of breath and motion. So if you're breathing and you're moving and you're being aware of those, you are doing yoga. So don't worry about whether you can do something perfectly. Just feel it. One more full circle, ending with your leg pointing straight up to the sky, pulling the toes down, reaching the heel up, trying to get that left leg as straight as you can. That may mean that you need to lower it down a little bit. Find the place where the leg is straight, where you can release your effort in the shoulders, in the jaw, and feel that stretch. Stay right here, or with your exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your calf. Your kneecap is pointed towards your nose, the leg is straight. Stay here or try to lift up a little higher, and breathe. Slowly straightening out your right leg to the floor. And then lower your head and shoulders to the ground. Once your head and shoulders are down, pull that right knee into your chest. Let your left knee into your chest, I'm sorry. Put that on the bloopers video. Pull your left knee into your chest. Your right leg is out straight. Release your left arm out to the side, so it's half of the letter T. Hold on to your left knee with your right hand. And as you exhale, gently pull that left knee across your body towards the right. You can turn your head to the left if it doesn't bother your neck, and then focus on the area between the bottom of your left rib cage and the top of your left hip. Just breathe into it. Expand it with your breath. See if you can melt it with your exhale. Just releasing 10% of your trying. Stay right here or grab onto that big toe of your left foot and straighten the leg out. If that feels like struggle or strain, you can wrap a strap around the bottom of your foot or a belt or a dog leash, whatever you'd like, to help you get that leg out straight. Or just keep it bent, enjoying the stretch as it is. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Imagine they're expanding with your breath. As you exhale, slowly let them melt and release. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly come to a flat back. If you've straightened that left leg, go ahead and bend it. Come to a flat back, but leave your left foot resting on the outside of your right knee. So once your back is flat, your right leg is out straight, the left foot is rested on the outside of your right knee, and then gently let the left knee drop towards the floor. If that feels like pinching or pain in the groin or in the knee, just slide your left foot below your right knee. Open that space up, or use a pillow underneath of your left knee to support it. Inhaling, your belly fills with air, your arms rise up to the ceiling. Exhale, they fall to the floor behind you. Reach back with your fingertips as you inhale. Reach forward with that heel. As you exhale, bring that right knee and that left ankle into your chest. Let your hands float down and grab behind your right thigh. And then bring your attention back to your shoulders and your jaw. Make sure they've stayed relaxed. Breathe. No struggles, no strain. Feel that left hip. Straightening your right leg out to the sky, pulling the toes down, reaching the heel up. So you're getting a great stretch on the right hamstring and the left piriformis, the left hip. Beautiful thing. Feel it. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, stay right here or lift your head and shoulders up, reaching your hands behind your right calf. And breathe. Pull the toes down of that right foot. Reach that heel up and feel the strength, feel the stretch, feel the depth of your breath. And then slowly lower your head and shoulders to the ground. Bend your right knee and let your right foot come flat to the floor. Breathe. As you exhale, let your left knee just slide over your right knee. Take your arms out to the side like the letter T. And with your next exhale, let both knees drop over towards your left. The weight of your left knee just gently drawing your right leg over. You can turn your head to the right if that doesn't bother your neck. Breathe. No struggles, no strains. Find the areas of tightness. Always try to bring your awareness back to the pose, whether it's the depth of your breath or the feeling of the stretch. With your exhale, see if you can just release 10% of your effort, of your trying, of any tightness or restriction. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly bring your back to flat. Slowly, when your back is flat, uncross your legs. Both feet flat, both knees bent. Let's take our cobbler's pose. You know we have to do it. Bottoms of your feet come together, knees drop out in opposite directions. Close your eyes for a moment and bring your focus and attention back to your breath. Breathe. No struggles, no strains. With an exhale, melt. Brilliant. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently bring your knees together. You can use your hands to draw them back up and together. Once you get your knees back together, just come and roll onto your left side. We're going to prop yourself up on your elbow so that your elbow is right underneath of your shoulder. So you don't want it way out in front of the shoulder. Look down. Make sure that your shoulder is right atop your elbow.
We're going to leave your knees bent. We're going to bring them back in line with your body. So if you look down, you're not seeing the knees I can't say it. You can't see your knees pushed out in front of your body. Put your palm facing down into the floor. Spread your fingers out. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, your belly pulls to your spine. Lift your hips from the ground. So you're in a side plank. You can take your right arm up to the ceiling. You can look up to your right arm. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and feel the strength of your pose. Breathe. Let your right arm come down. Let your left hip come down to the floor. We're going to do that 2 more times. So you have an option here. You can either do it just like that, or you can straighten out your legs. Wherever you are, make sure that your knees are in line with your hips. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, pull your belly to your spine, lift your hips from the ground. You can take your right arm up to the ceiling. Feel the strength of the pose. No struggles and no strains. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and lift those hips a little higher. And then slowly lower your hips to the ground, lower your arms to the ground again. So the third one, you can do it exactly like that, or you can bring your arm up to straight. You can leave your knees bent, or you can keep your legs straight. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips from the ground for side plank. So you have 3 options here. Down on your elbow, lifting up on your knees, down on your elbow with straight legs, up in the full side plank, stay here, or lift your right leg up off of your left. And breathe. Feel the strength of your pose. Lower your right leg to meet your left, lower your hips to the ground. Then we're going to come to the other side to do the exact same thing. So we're going to be on your right elbow 3 times. So make sure first that your elbow is right underneath your shoulder. If you're doing it with bent knees, bring your feet back towards your butt, but make sure your knees aren't out in front of your hips. Take a deep breath. This all comes from the core. With an exhale, your belly draws in. You lift your hips from the ground. You can raise your left arm up to the ceiling. You can look up to your left arm. Squeeze your gluteals and lift those hips a little higher. Get higher, baby. And don't ever free base. Don't do it. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Back to the 80s. Lowering that hip to the floor. Those of you who remember that song will get a laugh out of that. Stay right there, doing it exactly the same way. Or get on your elbow, it's underneath of your shoulder, straighten your legs out, and with your exhale, lift your hips from the ground. Raise your left arm up if that works for you. Look up to your left arm. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and feel the strength of your pose. And then lower your hips to the ground, lower your arms to the ground. Stay right there with that pose as it is, or straighten your right arm out. Right underneath your shoulder, feet together and stacked, lift your hips from the ground for the full pose. Stay here or lift your left leg. Feel the strength of the pose, and then slowly bring it down. So we did a little bit of strengthening work. Hopefully that wasn't too much for you. We're going to come onto your belly. So I told you today's class is going to be fairly gentle and easy, and I wasn't lying exactly, but there are some challenges. So on your belly, make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head in one direction or the opposite. Doesn't matter which direction, because we'll turn it back in a minute to the opposite side. So start down flat on your belly, bringing your awareness to your breath. Feel your belly expand as it presses into the floor with your inhale. You should feel your rib cages gently move out to the sides. And breathe. Breathe deep again, and with your exhale, melt into the floor. Allow all of your muscles to just release for a moment. No struggles, no strain. Breathe. So take a deep inhale, and on your next exhale, try to slide your left knee up in the direction of your left elbow. So you're just sliding that left leg up the floor as if you were trying to touch your knee to your left elbow, the big toe side of your foot flat down to the floor if that doesn't cause problems with your ankle. And breathe into that hip. This is half of frog pose. Frog pose is my most challenging pose. So I don't just give up on it. I try to break it down into its parts so I can become successful at it without struggle or strain. Feel that left hip. Breathe deeply into the places that feel tight or restricted, and as you exhale, see if you can melt. See if you can release 10% of the tightness, of the restriction. If it feels like struggle or strain, just straighten your leg out a little bit. Take it down further away. Find an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease. With an exhale, bring your left leg back down to meet your right leg. And we'll do the same on the opposite side. So as you exhale, slide your right leg up the floor as if you were trying to touch your right knee to your right elbow. The big toe side of your right foot flat to the floor. And breathe. No struggles, no strains. Breathe deep into that right hip. Exhale slowly. Allow the tight areas to melt along with your breath. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then with your next exhale, remember we always try to move as we exhale. Straighten your right leg back out to meet your left leg. We're going to bend both knees so that the bottoms of your feet are pointing up towards the sky. And then we're going to walk your knees to the outside edges of your mats. Gently letting your feet come together, the bottoms of your feet touch. So your pose may be right there, just allowing a gentle stretch. Or you may try and allow your feet to drop down towards the ground. This is a prone cobbler's pose. It's the same one we do laying on our back. It's a really good way to progress your pose because just the gentle weight of your body on the floor is what opens it. You don't have to push anything or do anything. Breathe so that you feel your belly push into the floor. With an exhale, melt. No struggles, no strains. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly release your feet back up towards the ceiling. Slowly walk your knees together and then let your legs come down to the floor. We're going to push up onto our elbows in Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, you have your elbows underneath of your shoulders. Your palms are facing down. Spread your fingers out. And then just shake your hips. Make sure that your gluteal muscles have stayed relaxed. We're going to, in Sphinx pose, kind of act as if we're pulling ourselves forward, but just from your hands. So press down into the floor, your fingers spread, and act as if you're trying to pull your whole body forward just by gently pulling back through your hands. That just decompresses your lumbar spine. Shoulder blades down your back. Now look up towards the ceiling and breathe. A gentle back bend. No struggles and no strains. Just keep those gluteal muscles relaxed. Check back in that you haven't tightened up your buns. You can stay right here or you can straighten your arms out. Shoulders away from your ears. Keep looking up to the ceiling and breathe. Drop down to your elbows. Taking your Sphinx pose again, check back in that your gluteals have stayed relaxed, that you have a gentle tractioning pull through your hands. You can bend your knees. Bringing the feet up, the big toe side touching, the bottoms of your feet pointing up towards the ceiling. You can stay right here or straighten out your legs. Straighten out your arms. Sorry, blooper number 2. Shoulder blades down and away from your ears. Gaze is up towards the ceiling. You can stay right here or stick your tongue out, trying to touch your chin with your tongue. Slowly lower your elbows to the ground. Slowly take yourself back down, flat to the floor. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head in one direction or another. And breathe. Feel your belly expand, pressing gently into the floor. Breathe. So walk your legs together so that your knees are touching. What we're going to try and do is bend your left knee and reach back with your left hand to grab onto the left ankle. So if your knees have to separate in order for you to reach that, back off. Find a strap, a belt, a towel, something that you can wrap around your ankle so that you can pull in without the knees coming apart. Just feel that stretch on the front of your quadricep, on that left. That's the big muscle in the front of your leg from your knee to your hip. No struggles, no strain. Stay right there, breathing deeply into your belly. Remember to melt those areas of tightness with your exhale. Now you have an option here. You can either release that left one, or you can do the right one at the same time, reaching back with your right hand, pulling your right ankle in towards your bottom. Making sure that your knees don't separate. Gently allowing those heels to come closer to your bottom, feeling the stretch on both sides. Or just release your left and work on the right by itself. It's perfectly fine to separate them out. Breathe into your belly, feel it expand. As you exhale, feel yourself melt. Now you can stay right here, or if you have both ankles in your hands, push your feet back into your hands, lifting your chest and your shoulder from the floor. And breathe. No struggles and no strains. Deep into your belly. And then slowly release your chest, release your knees, and then release your feet to the ground. Bringing your hands back forward, resting your head as if you've made pillows out of your hands. Turn your head in one direction or the other. And breathe. Bring your awareness back to the depth of your breath. Deep into your belly. Exhaling slowly. We're going to start to push up onto your elbows and then push up onto your knees. We'll walk yourself up to your hands so that we end up in all fours. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your hips are just above your knees. So let's just rock forward and back for a moment, just loosening up those shoulders before we do our 27 sun salutations today. I know I told you last week, for those of you who weren't here last week, we decided we would do 27 for no apparent reason. It's just a number. So rocking forward and back gently. Remember, this is a way of lubricating those joints. There is a fluid that is produced in the shoulder joint, in the hip joint, but it's produced and distributed by motion. Bring your shoulders back over top of your hands, your hips over top of your knees, and gently begin to circle your shoulders around your hands. Connect it to your breath. Inhale up one side of the circle, exhale down the opposite side of the circle. That fluid is produced and distributed by motion. If you don't use your arms and your hips in every direction that's available to it, that fluid is not getting produced and is not getting distributed. Let's change the direction of your circle. That fluid is vital because it acts as a lubricant to the joint, but it is also nutrient to the cartilage. And the cartilage is like a skin that lines the bone surfaces. When people get hip replacements or knee replacements, when they say they've got bone on bone, it's generally because the cartilage is broken down. This is a really good way to keep your cartilage happy and healthy. Tomorrow is National Cartilage Day, so it'd be a really good day to get up and do this. One more full circle, ending with your shoulders over top of your hands. I'm on fire today, babe. We're going to do a couple of cat and cows. Let your belly drop. Look up to the ceiling. Fill your belly with air. As you exhale, round your back, pulling your belly to your spine, dropping your chin to your chest, separating your shoulder blades. Inhale the cow. Exhale the cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Let's take him to a flat back, neutral spine position. Your hands are underneath of your shoulders, your knees are underneath of your hips. If you'd like, you can try and turn the creases of your elbows forward. That stabilizes your shoulder. It's a really good way to strengthen it. Because when you hold that position as you do exercise, you're recruiting all of your rotator cuff muscles, the ones that move your arm in the shoulder socket. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, either just reach your right arm forward or your right arm forward and your left arm back. We're going to do it 4 times so that you have an opportunity if you're just doing single arm and single leg. Reach, inhale, lift that arm and the shoulder, look forward. Feel the strength of your pose. Drop that left hip just a little bit, and then bring your right hand and your left knee back down to the floor. And breathe. We're going to take it to the opposite side, so you have the opportunity. Just lift your left arm, or with an exhale, your belly draws to your spine. The left arm and the right leg reach out in opposite directions. Feel the strength. Try to keep that crease of that right arm turned forward, and then lift that arm and leg a little bit further and bring it down. So now if you're doing just singles, we're going to do just the right leg. If you're doing doubles, we're going to go back to the right arm and the left leg. So take a deep inhale, either just leg or take your right arm and your left leg out in opposite directions. And breathe. Look forward and then lift that arm and that leg a little higher. Keep the left elbow crease forward if you can, and then bring that right hand and that left knee down. If you're doing this in singles, just do your left leg. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lift either just the left leg or the left arm and the right leg. And breathe. Look forward to your arm and then lift those higher. Crease of your right elbow turned forward, and then slowly bring them down. And then we're going to take it down to child's pose. So remember, in child's pose, you're bringing your chest down towards your knees. You're bringing your hips towards your heels. Remember that if this bothers your knees, you have a couple of options. You can roll over, lie on your back, pull your knees into your chest. That's perfectly fine. Or you can put a pillow between your calf and your thigh to try and give your knees a little breathing room. If you feel like you want to progress this a little further, just spread your knees apart and try to bring your chest all the way down towards the floor. Close your eyes here and breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. Feel it expand. As you exhale slowly, allow yourself to melt. Allow yourself to release every thought in your mind, along with every semblance of tightness in your body. Breathe deeply. Bring all of your awareness to your next breath. Feel it as it enters the bottom of your lungs. Exhale slowly. One more deep inhale here. See if you can really feel that belly expanding into your thighs. See if you can really bring an awareness to the release as you exhale. And then slowly draw your arms forward. Use your arms to help yourself push up into Thunderbolt if that's available to you. So your knees bent, your feet tucked under your hips, if it's available to you. If it's not, that's perfectly fine as well. Just sit down. Find an expression of the pose you can hold with ease. So sit in an easy cross-legged position or sit in Thunderbolt. Let your arms float up towards the ceiling, your shoulder blades down and away from your back. Looking forward, lengthen your neck. Try to touch the top of your head to the ceiling without pulling your shoulder blades up. As you exhale, take your left hand over to your right knee. Take your right hand to the floor behind you. Push down into the floor. So you can do this pose in a regular seated position. It's perfectly fine. Or you can take the thunderbolt to stretch those quads a little bit more. Push down into that back hand to help lengthen your spine with an inhale. With an exhale, see if you can rotate just a little further. No struggles and no strains. One more deep inhale, lengthening. One more slow exhale, rotating further. Then take a deep inhale. With your exhale, just bring your chest back to face the front. We'll do the same to the other side, just trying to bring a little rotation to your spine. Inhale your arms as they float up, shoulder blades down and away from your ears, lengthening your neck. Lengthen with an inhale, reach your fingertips up, reach the top of your head up. With an exhale, take it to the opposite side. Your right hand comes to your left knee. Your left hand comes to the floor behind you, just gently pushing down into the floor. Breathe. Close your eyes and find the areas of tightness or restriction and breathe into them. No struggles and no strains. Each breath lengthens your spine, giving you space to rotate further with an exhale if it's available to you. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then with an exhale, bring your chest back to the front. We're going to prepare for final relaxation. So you can make your way to the floor in whatever way feels good for you to get there. But we'll be lying down with your legs straight, with your arms by your side, with your chin pointing gently down your body. So making your way down to the floor. Remember, if it feels like it's a struggle or strain, you can slide something underneath of your knees to cause a small bend. It can be a pillow, it can be your dog, it can be a neighbor's child. Whatever will stay still for you for about 10 minutes. Remember, we don't advocate abusing children or dogs, but if they can be used to assist our yoga prop. If you take a look at Lola, she is in the perfect Shavasana right now. She's got a little wiggle, 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 wiggle. So take a deep breath in through your nose, down to the bottom of your lungs, and with your exhale, see if you can melt into the floor. See if you can begin to just gently release. Release tension, release effort and trying, release your judgment or thoughts. And just be one with your breath. As you take your next deep inhale, I want you to really pay attention to the sensation of the breath as it enters. When your lungs fill, slowly release that air and make sure that you bring your awareness to the sensations of the air as it leaves your body. On your next deep inhale, feel that air as it comes in and take notice of a small pause at the top of your breath when your lungs are filled, right before it becomes an exhale. And then feel the sensations of your breath as it leaves. See if you take specific notice to the breath as your lungs are emptied, to that small pause just before your exhale becomes an inhale. So find the pause at the top of your inhale and at the bottom of your exhale. And for the next couple of breath cycles, just bring your awareness to those 2 points. The point of pause. When an exhale becomes an inhale, when the inhale becomes an exhale. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. Now I'd like you to pay attention to the full circular nature of that breath. So feel the breath as it enters. Pay attention as the air comes in your nose, down your lungs to your rib cage. Feel that pause at the top of that inhale. And then feel the sensations of the air as it exits your body, warmed. Feel the sensation of that pause at the top. So bring your awareness to the full circular nature of the breath. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back without a story, without a judgment, to the full circular nature of your breath. And then I'll ask you to shift your attention to a thought. Bring to mind a thought of gratitude. Gratitude is a really powerful thing in my life. I think gratitude is just a great attitude. I think it helps you see circumstances differently, appreciate people, appreciate the things that are good and the things that appear to be bad, because sometimes they all end up helping you in the end. So just take a moment to bring to mind a thought of gratitude for some person, some place, some event. Perhaps for an event you never in your life would dream you would be grateful for, which in the end turned out to be a good thing. The loss of a job or a relationship that led to a better job or a better relationship. Bring to mind the thought of gratitude, and then take a moment to feel your body in gratitude. Feel the energy of gratitude in your body, infusing each and every cell. Let go of any labels or what it's supposed to feel like. Just feel your body while you're holding a thought of gratitude, and know that that is your body's feeling in gratitude. No right, no wrong. Imagine in your mind that you're magnetizing every cell in your body. You're infusing them with the energy of gratitude to draw more into your life, more things to be grateful for, more love, more laughter, more food, whatever it is for which you are grateful. And then gently release your thought of gratitude and allow your mind to become still. In the stillness, there will be distractions. There will be things that draw your mind to the past, to the future. Take note of them, but don't attach to them. Don't give them the power of a story. Bring your mind back to stillness. We'll slowly start to bring your attention back to your body, back to the room, back to the moment. Gently wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Feel those joints as they move. They're not places in your body that we often bring attention to. Spread your fingers apart, spread your toes apart, and feel the space between your fingers. Feel the space between your toes. Breathe. Let your hands relax, let your feet relax. As you inhale, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, slide your arms down the floor towards your feet and just feel that gentle stretch between your ears and the shoulders. And let your shoulders relax. Gently let your head rock from side to side on the floor, just moving the cervical spine, feeling the stretch, the motion in your neck. And then let your head come back to wherever it finds itself comfortable. As you take a deep inhale, let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers and then turn your palms to the ceiling. Feel the gentle stretch down the inside of your wrists and the inside of your forearms. You can keep your hands like this as you exhale and lower them back and over your head, or you can just separate your arms, separate your hands. Reach back with the palms or your fingertips and stretch. Feel that. Take a deep inhale as your belly rises and fills with air. As you exhale, draw your knees to your chest. Let your arms float down to hold on to your knees. Gently hugging them into your chest. Letting your shoulders relax, letting your jaw relax. Oh, Lola's giving him kisses. You can gently rock from side to side, using the floor to wake up your spine. Just bringing sensation and awareness to it. And then when you're ready, roll onto your right side. Lie on your right side in a fetal position, your hands made into a pillow for your head, or use a block, something to support your neck so it stays in a neutral position. And bring your awareness back to one more breath. The full cycle, the inhale through the nose. The exhale, feeling the warmed air. And then when you're ready, gently push yourself up to an easy seated position. An easy seated position is anyone where your spine is tall and long, where your spine feels at ease. So you may want to sit up on a pillow, you may want to sit up on a block to help your spine find ease. And then gently let the backs of your hands come to rest on the tops of your knees. If you'd like, you can bring your first finger and thumb together to make a small little circle, opening up the other fingers, just a little mudra there. It's an energy mudra that helps connect you back to your spirit and to your soul. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, see if you can hold that tall and lengthened posture with ease. Take a deep inhale, lengthen that spine, and as you exhale, let your chin drop to your chest, let your hands come into the center of your chest in a prayer position. You guys have done a wonderful job, and just let me say that we've raised almost $2,000, or maybe a little bit more, for local charities, so I want to thank you for your generosity. It's a small offering if you have it available to you to make to help people. Today's charity is called Sheridan House. It's here in Florida. It's local. They help local families through the church in lots of different ways. So they have a ministry of going out and serving people with food drives or shelter or counseling. These are all things that we need, and if you have a little bit that you can help another person, please do that. If not, please accept these weekly classes as a gift from Chris and Lola and myself, and share this video as often as you like. I do have a new Instagram page. It's called Body Guru 2020. So you can go to that Instagram page. I'm putting videos on there about self-help tools. I'm going to try and post my yoga classes there, but I'm not sure I can do that. We'll find out. But I've done a couple of videos where I show people how to use different, very inexpensive tools and stretches to help with aches and pains in their body. So there's a resource for you. It's absolutely free. It's Body Guru 2020. Chris tells me we're going to have to change that name, which I'm open to, but anybody has any ideas, put them out there. Thank you all for showing up once again. Namaste. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Lolita Bonita Coquita.
Thank you, Bill.
Namaste, and have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your extended Labor Day weekend. Please share this video as often as you like. Good seeing you guys. Thank you for coming again. Oh, Lolita got her piggy wiggy. Woo! Oh, get it. Get that piggy. Get that piggy. Get that piggy. Yoga's over. You can attack now. It's not attack yoga. Oh, Lolita. Thank you, Clarence.
Thank you so much.
No struggles, no strength. Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Marcy, for your donation. Thank you, Todd, for your donation.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Sheridan House appreciate it. Thank you, Laurie. Oh, Darlene was here. Thank you for your
Hey,
donation, Darlene. Jay was here. And Joan, thank you. Good seeing you guys all. I'm glad you made it once again, and we will see you next week. Christina, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh,
Christina.
Namaste, Millie. Thank you. Great seeing you all. We had made it in 59 minutes, 48 seconds, and I forgot to start the timer, so that's pretty good internal timing if you ask me.
You still have about
So we have
6 seconds.
4 seconds to say thank you once again. Remember, Sheridan House is our charity. If you can afford to make a donation, please do. If you can't, that's great. Accept the class from us. Back to Health is a physical therapy clinic, and we are there to help you with any of your physical therapy needs. We are up and running. And if all you need to do is just call and ask us a question or send a question to our Facebook page, that's perfectly fine as well. We're there as a resource to the community and help. So thank you, namaste, and see you next week. If you end this video, yep, okay.